Good morning, good morning. Welcome. Top of the morning to you. Welcome to a brand new week on Wake Up Nigeria. It's Monday, the 16th of January 2023. And, well, you know how it is with Mondays. We are one thing or two things are mutually exclusive in case of Mondays and Wake Up Nigeria because both cannot coexist. Now, you only have one or the other. Now, seeing how much fun it usually is, it's almost a choice easy to make. Now, if you're watching, you have made the best decision of your day to start the show this morning. It's great to have you. 2023, how has it been for you so far? Have you been enjoying the year so far? How has it been? Have you been feeling down and all of that? But remember, like I always say, or like I have always said, getting into the new year, as long as there is life, there is hope, and there is another chance to change what you have. We have a whole lot in store for you on the show today. It's going to be a wonderful show from everything from, the experts to tech to the kitchen and all of that. It's going to be a wonderful show. Of course, Titi and Mary are going to join me quite very soon to give you and put together all of that. Now, remember, you can watch the show. It's online, of course, tvcentertainment.tv. That's our website that you can watch it. And then, of course, it's on GOTV channel 27. The ultra high frequency, it's the 49 band. That's where you can watch it on terrestrial. It's also available, the TVC app, where you can watch us anywhere in the world where you have internet connection. My name is Mike Messikeno. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course, Facebook at TVC Connect. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC if you want to interact with us. We'll kick off this morning with motivation, and we have Monica Noka, aka the More Coach. She is a UK certified mindset and transformational coach, poet, and author. She will be discussing how your mindset affects your health. Oh. And of course, who wants to be a millionaire? That's how we do it. We're going to review what happened on the show yesterday. And then we have Dutch, who will be giving us a musical performance, a singer, a record producer. He has been in this for quite a while. We will be having a performance from him this morning. And then on SME this morning, CEO of Airport Travels and Tour Limited, which is a leading and award-winning travel company with a strong presence in Nigeria and overseas. We'll be talking to them, get to learn something from their business ethics and ethos, and see what you can learn to set up your own business. Ladies are now here with me.
Yeah.
I love this green, by the way.
I'm in a very good mood.
Is that why you wore green?
And I'm sure you know, yes, I love... So green is my happy, favorite, and lucky color.
Okay.
But I am so happy watching that Tottenham versus Arsenal match. So I'll be on air. And you know the crazy thing? It got to a point that I went into full commentator mode.
Wow.
Then suddenly realized this is not a sports show. I had to say, this is not a sports show.
I'm sending you a query.
I was
Why
so
should you change?
excited.
The idea is you're making Sunday like Friday and you are discussing Tottenham and Arsenal. Mary,
Wow.
queries on your desk waiting for you.
No.
See, leave the
It's
query.
fine. It's
We are on top. David said we cannot do it.
Who is we?
Arsenal.
Who is we?
What is
Who are
we?
you? Who are you? Where
I
are
am
you?
an Arsenal
When
fan.
are you? You're-
Hey.
But yes, it
You know
was.
the funny thing? My second favorite team, they misbehave and it's paining me. I love Man City as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, and sometimes I look at them and I'm like, why are people doing this? Why are people doing this? You know, Pep Guardiola is the love of my life. So,
Wonderful. But Titi,
Yeah.
what happened in the weekend? Because you have to match Mary's happy mood and energy.
I'm actually
Look for
very
something
pleased.
over the
I'm
weekend.
actually pleased with our team as well, just so you know, just so you're aware.
There you go, honey.
That's why. That's first of all. Secondly, there were a lot of events still happening all over. A lot of birthdays.
Did you go for anyone?
Yes, I was at multiple events
Okay.
over the weekend.
Okay.
One with. So there was a particular event where they turned a stage into like a live studio. So
Wow.
there were producers on stage actually producing beats and having the audience tell them what they wanted to, slot in. So, for instance, they would ask the audience, okay, so what sort of beat should we create? Now, somebody would just shout, I'm a piano. They would create an I'm a piano beat.
That's
Someone
so cool.
a vocalist would come in and start laying, some words on each beat and everything. So it was really, really cool.
Wow.
A big shout out to Ije Kimura. She invited me for that event. And it was a lot of fun.
Okay, well,
You do-
besides that, I had to work. What
That's
was
work?
your weekend like?
Of course, work
The
on Saturday.
beautiful game.
When I was leaving on Saturday, I heard your voice. I was like, maybe we're supposed to cover this show. That was a Saturday. You do Saturday 10
Yes,
to 12,
10
right?
to 12 on Max
Okay.
FM.
So normally, I think on Saturday I was here quite early. So I was here by, 7? I was already here till, of course, show ended by 10.
Yeah.
And then I heard your voice while I was going out
We
because I was
picked up
trying
your
to.
guest.
I
Well,
was trying to get
your guest
fuel.
almost got me into trouble.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was trying to get fuel on Saturday, and
Okay.
that's the one thing also. The places that don't have queues are higher. The prices.
price, yeah.
I mean, you're buying 250, 260, 270, to
Yeah,
80,
280.
and then at times you don't even see it. And then where you have the regular price,
170.
exactly.
The queues are.
So after Saturday, I just sat back. Sunday, I had to because it's been a whole week, and then this will be a whole week. I just chilled back and watched the matches, and it was quite cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's like halfway through the month
Yeah.
already. It's already the 16th. And the weather is holding, you know. It's not too cold, not too warm, you know.
Good morning. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Messi-Keno. Yesterday, the 15th of January, was Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Nigeria, an annual event to remember the nation's servicemen and fallen heroes. We begin from the nation's capital, where President Muhammadu Buhari laid a wreath to honor officers of the armed forces that have paid the supreme price in the line of duty, defending the sovereignty and unity of Nigeria. The event, celebrated on the 15th each year, also honors veterans of World War I and II, as well as the Nigerian Civil War. State House correspondent Femi Akonde has details.
President Muhammadu Buhari arrives at the National Arcade for this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day. This will be his last as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Mr. President has over time assured serving and retired members of the military that the government will continue to improve on their welfare, including the families of the dead. The laying of wreath by President Muhammadu Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, President of the Senate, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chief Justice of Nigeria, Service Chiefs and the Inspector General of Police is a symbolic show of the government's commitment to the plight of fallen heroes who laid down their lives in service to humanity during the First and Second World Wars, Nigeria's civil wars, and internal security operations. The Chief of Defense Staff explains government's efforts in improving the welfare of officers, living and dead.
Day that we need to give thanks to God that men and women of this great nation once served and are serving and will continue to serve this country, and that we have that level of love for country that men and women have committed to, if need be, sacrifice their lives so that the rest of us can live.
Officers of the armed forces are still tackling different kinds of threats to peace and national security in several parts of the country. Many have lost their lives, some have gone missing in action, and others have suffered varying degrees of injuries. Widows of families of fallen soldiers want a better deal from the government.
Okay, well, at least it doesn't make it look like they fought in vain, they are being remembered, their families are being remembered. But well, it brings back a lot of memories, but it's fine. God be with us, God bless us all.
President Muhammadu Buhari signed the Armed Forces Remembrance Day Register and performed other rituals as Commander-in-Chief.
Immaculate.
For the armed forces, the next critical assignment would be ensuring the peaceful conduct of the general election and defending the country's growing democracy. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Then onto the foreign scene, where Nepal is observing a day of mourning for victims of the country's worst air disaster in three decades. At least 68 people died when a flight from Kathmandu to the tourist town of Pokhara crashed and caught fire on Sunday morning. Mobile phone footage showed the Yeti Airlines flight rolling sharply as it approached the airport. It is unclear what caused the crash, but Nepal has a tragic history of fatal airline accidents. The search and rescue operation that involved hundreds of Nepalese soldiers was suspended overnight due to darkness, but is due to resume this morning. Most of the 72 passengers and crew died, but there were unconfirmed reports that several people had survived, although critically injured. We'll take a timeout and return with the headlines in the dailies.
Hope you enjoyed that fitness session. Looked interesting. Could have been part of it myself, actually. I think I need to get back into the gym. And we're going to be taking a look at what's happening in the headlines in the dailies this morning. We're going to start with the Daily Trust. Today is Monday, January 16th, 2023. On 2023, military pledges defense for democracy. It has come to stay, say CDS. Buhari, Osinbajo, CJN governors hail fallen heroes on Remembrance Day, and the widows of fallen heroes lament hardship. Wike commends Buhari's efforts in defeating Boko Haram. Just beneath the masthead there, it says Tinubu appoints Jega Abdulaziz media aides. 16 die, 83 injured in truck accident conveying PDP supporters in Plateau, according to FRSC. Unclaimed dividends in one-tier banks, or rather in tier one banks, increase over 5 billion naira. What else do we have here? It says here, bandits burn Catholic priest, shoot another in Niger, and fake Sharia court judge remanded over 10.6 million naira fraud in Kano. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust. We also have with us the Punch newspaper, and it says here, bank borrowing from CBN rises by 260% to 21.87 trillion naira. Lenders frequent central bank lending window post-COVID-19 as business activities pick up. It also says here, 42 COVID-19 infections recorded. Federal government rules out restrictions. Oil earnings rise 363 billion naira in 3 months. It also says here, widows demand benefits as federal government honors fallen soldiers. And Google unveils portal for 2023 elections. NBA president seeks constitutional amendment, independent candidacy, and terrorists lynch Niger priest, abduct 5 Katsina worshippers. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch. We have with us the Nation newspaper as well. It says here, Tinubu rallies APC leaders, candidates for elections. It says ex-Lagos governor, governorship, National Assembly standard bearers brainstorm. Buhari governors, others salute fallen heroes. Youths kill village head. On kidnappings, Amotekun firms up security in Southwest. And CBN's credit card takes off. Auditor General fails to publish 2020 report, submission overdue. And petrol subsidy removal will unlock 11 trillion naira, expert reviews spending. That's what we have on the cover of the Nation. And indeed, that's all we have on the papers this morning. And we're going to be taking a quick break, but we'll be back with more.
Good morning.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
righty.
welcome.
Good morning.
So yesterday, just at the end of the match, we got to see the opening ceremony for Big Brother Titans. I like that. I like that Titans because I am an aficionado of Greek mythology and of course, Roman and Greek mythology. So when I heard Titans, I already started thinking of Kronos, Kairos, Zeus, and all of that.
Are they giving them those nicknames?
Yeah? No. but
would
maybe
be
I'm
fun.
thinking that maybe they could do some task and have them play as gods and titans and all of that. It would be cool because it does. But whenever if it comes to Africa, I saw something that was a week back or so. It spoke about 4 countries that have 24/7 light. I know Nigeria and South Africa are not there. I know about 3 of them are in North Africa and all that. But we know that whenever it comes to Africa and it has to do with entertainment and maybe even sports, Nigeria, South Africa, of course, 1 or 2 North African countries are there. So this time, decided to bring Nigerians and South Africans together. And this is why I like the idea this time more than even when it was Big Brother Africa. Then you'd see 1 person from per country. And I feel like 1 person is not enough to assimilate or to feel the custom, the culture of a country. But now when you have, up to 10 from one country, 10 from another country, and then they were asking a particular question, what do you hope to learn? about the other countries. So the South Africans are like, okay, so what do you want to learn about Nigeria? Someone will say, okay, the food. I mean, I put out eat differently. The food, I want to try Nigerian food. I want to know about the culture. I want to know about the people. And for that reason alone, I might be a bit more, you know, I might want to watch this one a bit more because I want to see how, you know, the social media war would come on and all of that. And as much as there might be there's a competition and one person win, but understand that, look, hey, somewhere or somehow we can find a way to coexist together.
I like the culture part you mentioned. The reason I'm saying that is because we know that when it comes to Big Brother, especially when we are going to a certain part of Africa, everyone goes, this one go bad, this one go this. But then we forget that there are also different things you can learn from these folks. So the culture angle, for example, food. So you see people that would probably create certain meals that you haven't heard before. I'm a fan of Food Network. So, yes, and there's a particular show, Street Food Africa. They call it Street Food Africa, but I feel like it's Street Food South Africa because it's usually South African dishes that the lady prepares. So it might be an opportunity to even see how certain things are done, and then when they probably make them dress up culturally, it's going to be really beautiful. I'm looking forward to it.
I like that.
So let's hope that both cultures of both countries can be properly expressed and shared to the extent that, you know, it can be appreciated by both sides. Let's also hope that there will be healthy rivalry, and I say healthy rivalry because we've heard in the past of so many different issues such as xenophobia, and I think maybe it is a strategy by both governments to sort of maybe quell that mindset and sort of bring people together. Hopefully that happens, but in a strange way, I'm a little anxious about having young people who have probably heard about the xenophobia issue before and putting them in a space for a period of time and not expecting them to actually have culture clashes.
Well, the point, I would say for the past year or so, or even maybe 2 years, the cases have been, you know, you've heard almost nothing. You know, one thing I like about the selection this year is that there's a range. You can see much older people and they can see younger people.
Okay.
I would really, and the kind of people they selected, not just entertainers, people who are into finance, business and all of that. And whenever they do that kind of stuff, you really get to see people, not just, okay, I want to be an actor and all that. So maybe for this one, I'll be looking more at the highlights. I'll be looking forward to this one. And, you know, I like that just before it started, there was a message from INEC.
Okay.
That message said that we should go out there, get our PVCs and vote. That was a good one. Hopefully, it's not going to be a distraction because the world will continue. It's one day we're going to vote, and then, you know, we'll not get distracted. That's just what I'm saying.
Reality,
not get distracted.
$100,000 is a lot of money. Why did you sign up, Mike? What are you still doing here?
What are you doing?
Every
time to host the show, I should go and sign up to this everywhere. What is doing? Right, but that's it. That's it.
We're not paying you $100,000.
That's it.
Let's take a break. We'll be back. Welcome to the kitchen this beautiful morning. It's time to make breakfast, and I'm looking forward to what we have for breakfast today. It's always so good to have you in the studio. What are we having for breakfast, ma'am?
I'm having fried rice, roasted chicken with coleslaw.
Fried rice, roasted chicken with coleslaw. I'm going to be making the fried rice and roasted chicken here from the scratch. I'm pretty sure you're looking forward to this because I know I am. So let's get started. What are we making use of?
We're to start cutting our veg.
Okay, so Chef Rafibi will start by cutting the vegetables. So we are making use of bell peppers.
Yes.
The yellow and the green. And then the carrots, the onions, spring onions.
Seasonings.
Okay, what kind of seasoning are these?
This is
The ingredients are on your screen right now, by the way, in case you want to scribble as we mentioned them. So we have here.
Yes.
This is what?
This is for chicken.
Okay.
To spice it up.
Okay.
By roasting it.
Okay.
This is curry thyme.
Okay.
This is
seasoning
Maggi.
cubes.
Yes, seasoning
okay.
cubes.
Then we have rice, salt.
We have rice, vegetable oil.
And of course, our chicken. Okay. So what's the process like? Run me through it. What are we doing first?
First, to start washing up my veg.
Okay.
Start cutting it.
Okay.
After that, seasoning up my chicken.
Okay.
Keep it in the air fryer.
Okay.
While that one is doing its own on its own, I will continue with the rice.
Okay. So The chicken, how are
Yes,
you going
first,
to season
season
it?
it.
Can you get started with that?
Yes.
So we can see that, because I know it will have to cook, so we'll be putting it in the air fryer,
Yes,
okay?
yes. Let me get my
Okay.
knife.
Okay. So we cut it up,
So we have to cut it up.
okay? Okay,
After cutting it, it's already washed.
yeah,
It's already washed.
okay.
So
So there are people who like this part of the chicken.
me, I don't like it too. I don't know if you like it. I
No,
like
but
it.
I'm just saying, some people do.
Some people do. Me, I don't like it. I always
There's somebody I know who specifically asks for, I want to say this thing, but the only thing I can say, I will just say it in
Chicken
Yoruba,
breast.
furad, yeah, if you
Furad,
understand.
yeah, and
So
breast.
that's what the person usually requests for, just so as to
Yes,
have
I
that
have
part.
some-
They really like it.
Exactly, because it has too much
A lot of fat.
A lot
And
of
then
fat,
there are
and it's
some
not
people
good
that will
for
ask
health.
for
Like this,
chicken
see.
feet. Hey, that is
Furad,
it. It's okay, ma. Let's continue.
Should I cut
But
it
you
off?
get the idea. You can leave it. There might be somebody who likes, or you can cut it off for somebody else who might want to just pop it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I find it fascinating. Like, on a normal day, most people will avoid it, but then people
Me, I
eat
don't
it.
like it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to rub this. Is there anything else you're putting in? Just seasoning
No,
cubes?
No, just seasoning cubes.
Okay.
Rub it up.
Okay.
So this one already mixed with ginger powder and the garlic.
Okay. So,
So-
it has ginger, it has garlic,
Yes, powder.
powder.
Yes.
Okay. Then the coloring is just to give it
Yeah,
that
yes,
look.
yes.
Okay.
The shiny color.
Okay. 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 This is going to be really tasty. I think you can put more of this on the drumstick. Yeah. So this is going to help not just with seasoning, because we might not be able to marinate. So this is going to really help with
If you want
the
to
cooking
marinate
process.
it, you have to marinate it 30 minutes before. You soak it in marination water.
What's in the marination water?
Ginger, fresh ginger is
Okay.
the best for the marination. And
You cut it to pieces.
You cut it and blend it.
Okay, you have to
Yes,
blend it
yes.
with garlic.
Ginger and garlic, yes.
Okay.
So you marinate it.
Okay.
You will add MSG. Me, I don't like adding MSG to my food.
Okay.
So I prefer adding the powdered chicken Maggi.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
add
add the seasoning
powdered
cubes
one.
instead,
Seasoning
okay.
cubes, yes.
Okay, so the powdered ones don't have MSG.
Not
as much
not
as
as much
the
as
other one. Okay.
that you pour it here with.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue with the cooking. And while we get on with this, by the time you come back, we'll probably have the rice boiling. But check out the ingredients again if you missed anything earlier, just before we join Titi for motivation. Okay? So just quickly scribble it. If you missed anything earlier, so you don't miss a bit. Okay. Wow. We're almost all done. Don't worry. We'll just get on with this, okay? I find this really fascinating. Let's join Titi right now.
It's time for motivation. And on a Monday, it's one of those key little things that might just set your week off the right way. Today, we have Monica Noka, a.k.a. the More Coach. She's a UK certified mindset and transformational coach, poet, and author. We're discussing today how your mindset affects your health. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. You're looking marvelous on a Monday, by the way.
Thank you so much.
All right, so mindset and your health. We've heard many speakers, many professionals talk about the fact that little things that happen in life sort of redirect you and take you down a particular path sometimes you might not anticipate. But the way I would deal with the situation is different from the way someone else might deal with it. And for some reason, someone else's health is telling because of the way they've dealt with a particular situation. I'm speaking in parables here because I know there are probably one or two people who don't believe that the way you think might just be the reason why you're going through whatever health situation you're going through. It's great to have you here once again.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk a little bit about how our mindset actually affects our health.
All right, great. So The thing about the body, right, is that it has over 70 billion to 120 billion cells in it. And it's like a community. So you head that community. And all of those cells are listening to you. They are waiting for your direction every day, and you decide how they function. So sometimes what we are telling the cells daily, right, puts the cells in what is called an emergency mode, right, in survival mode, because of our thoughts. And most of our thoughts are unconscious. Like in a day, you have between 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts in one day. Wow. Right? And I bet you can't even remember at least 50 of them yet.
So, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you're already thinking, okay, first of all, is there light? First thought. Secondly, okay, there's light. Okay, so what do I do first? What haven't I done yet? Should I brush my teeth first? Where are my shoes? Where's my outfit? Are the kids ready for school? What am I making for breakfast? What time is it? Am I going to have time to get to the office on time? So many thoughts. But is that affecting my health?
So the thing about what you just said, right, it's really good that you brought that up now, is that when we are in this autopilot thing, thinking the same thing every day, wake up, we just want to get the kids ready for school, rush to work. We're not aware of the unconscious thoughts that are running also in the background, which are actually running, they're like a program in a computer, right, and telling the cells in your body what to do. And those thoughts, right, actually direct the body. They signal the genes in your body. By your emotions. First of all, your thoughts create emotions. So your thoughts, you keep running with those thoughts daily without even knowing that they are there. And when you have a lot of thoughts and emotions over a period of time, it becomes your attitude, and over some the same attitude over and over again becomes a belief. You form a belief without knowing, right? And then your belief forms your perception. And guess what? Your perception directs everything in your life, your choices, who you speak with, what you want to do. And then guess what? If your perception has something to do with someone in the past, say someone offended you and you refused to let go.
Or forgive the person.
Yeah.
So every time you think of that person...
You think of that person, you rehearse mentally without knowing, because I've caught myself doing that over and over again.
So basically, once you think of that person, you think of what the person did, maybe it will make you angry.
And you rehearse the situation
over and over again.
And the body doesn't know whether you're just calling it up, something that you're just, rehearsing in your mind.
The body doesn't know if the person is actually right there in front of you or not.
Exactly. Or, whether you're doing it in your mind or it's real, happening real. What the body knows is that it's going through that emotion again and again. And what happens is that you go into survival mode, right? That's the emergency mode, because when you do that, the body goes into flight mode, right? And it's like having an organization, right? You have an organization, and in the whole year, let's say 2022, all you're doing is emergency. Your customers, everything is on emergency. What would happen? Your company, everything.
By the end of the year, you're not sure whether you want to continue that company.
Exactly.
Anymore, which is basically to say, if, for instance, someone's mind is in survival mode over and over again, that's when they get into
the body
thinking of suicide and the like.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Can I take something from what you said? This issue of anxiety, a lot of people don't think of anxiety as an actual health issue, but it is from your mindset. So if, for instance, something triggers you to be anxious or angry or upset about something, and you keep exposing yourself to that thing, you might be indirectly affecting your health mentally. And we've been talking about mental health throughout the basically past year. But how do we begin to address this? How do we begin to make sure that we adjust our mindset? That's where I'm going with this.
Okay, so first of all, the person needs to understand that they are not a victim to the environment.
Okay.
All right, because most times we feel we cannot think greater than what is happening in our environment.
Okay.
And so we are like the victims. We fall prey to what is happening. And then you can set boundaries as well, because boundaries are very important, right, to protect your health, your mind, and all of that. But first of all, if someone is like, this is happening to me because this person said that, that person said that, so they are in a reactionary mode, which is the emergency mode. They are like vigilantes, waiting to see when next this is going to happen, and so that they can react. So they are in what is called autopilot responses or reactions, right? That all of the energy that the body needs to actually do other things like be creative, do those other stuff. The body uses it for that emergency flight response. I want to make sure that nobody does this to me. And
So
guess what happens?
Okay,
It
go ahead.
starts to break down the cells. The cells eat, right? And then they start to fall ill because no organism can withstand that kind of response if you've stayed there for a very long time doing that.
You know what? There's a lot that we can take out of this particular conversation, and there's so many ways we can move from here. I will be talking with you again next week, I believe. But if you have any questions or contributions, please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Let's see if we can find a way to answer it for you. Yeah, let your mindset not be your health's downfall, people. We're going to be taking a quick break, and we'll be back with more.
A lot has happened since the last time you were in the kitchen, okay? We still have Chef Ruffy B here, and this morning she's making us fried rice with roasted chicken and
company with coleslaw.
Sounds like a mouthful, right? That's what breakfast will be for us this morning. Okay, so far so good. We have our chicken in the air fryer, so it's roasting right now. However, let's run you through the process of this rice. There's a particular method she used, but before we run you through it, check out the ingredients on your screen right now for the fried rice with roasted chicken and coleslaw. These are all the ingredients you're going to need, okay? Of course, you know, with cooking, you can add your own ingredients. You can take out whatever it is you are not comfortable with, okay? So that's how cooking is. It's dependent on you. You can work your own magic however you want to. But basically, these are the ingredients Chef Ruffy B is using to make breakfast this morning for us, okay? Now, Chef Ruffy B, I want you to tell us how you went about this.
I use the fried method for the fried rice.
Okay, so
there
how
is boiling
does
method,
that
there
work?
is steaming method.
Okay.
Because to make it faster, so I pour my oil, veg oil in the pot.
Okay.
I like to dry for some minutes.
Okay.
Diced onion.
Okay.
Then your washed rice, either basmati or normal regular rice.
Okay.
So then you pour it direct into your oil. You fry it for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Add all your seasonings into it. That is all. After it has fried for a few minutes, then you pour in your water. So you cover it, you stir it thoroughly and cover it.
Okay, so
rice has to cook for about 30 to 35 minutes.
Yeah. So Chef Ruffy says that this method helps make the rice cook faster. So if you're looking to cut corners while making your breakfast, this is a method you might want to employ. Frying your rice before boiling it, okay? At this point, we've reached the top of the hour because we have 45 minutes left on the other side of the hour. Thank you so much for sticking with us. This is Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning and welcome once again to the second lap of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Messikeno. It is great to have you join us for, of course, the second time this morning. I just want to also give a shout out. Yesterday was the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, January 15th. And from all of us here, we want to say that we give you kudos. We give a big shout out to those who are out there giving their lives to defend our great country. And may the odds be in your favor. A big shout out to all of you. It's January 16th, and something I saw, Mary would always do this prior to this time, but it is National Nothing Day. I don't know if Mary has an idea of what a Nothing Day means. Mary, do you have an idea of what a National Nothing Day means? Is it a day you do nothing or what? I don't know.
So I've lost track of all of these
Oh,
things.
Mary,
I know
Mary.
I've heard of National Nothing Day, but I honestly have no idea what it is about anymore.
So normally Mary would have like 20. She gives
I
it every
still
time, but
do.
I don't
In fact,
know.
you know, on Saturday, what I discussed on radio was cesarean section day, because that's what
Okay.
Saturday was.
Okay.
So talking about CS and the likes.
Okay.
I actually still do.
All right.
I actually
But
do.
something I'm very sure of is that in two countries, Myanmar and Thailand, it's National Teachers Day. When it comes to the medics and then also to the teachers, I always have a propensity to have a bias towards them. Thank you so much, all teachers out there, for the wonderful work you do. We thank you here. Well, you can watch the show. It's on GOTV channel 27, and then for the terrestrial band, the ultra high frequency 49. You can also download the TVC app, available on Android and iOS, and then also online. It's www.tvcentertainment.tv. Let's get straight into what we have left for you in the show in this second lap. We've had a wonderful first lap motivation and all of that. We'll kick off with a review of the weekend's episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And we have a musical performance, as is our custom on the show. Dutch will be here with us. And on SME today, we have the CEO of Airport Travels and Tour Limited, which is a leading and award-winning travel company. We'll be talking about how they do business and what you can learn from their business model.
First off, Mike, I must say I really like your shirt.
Oh, you do?
It sits beautifully on you. Like, I was looking at you when you were doing the intro again, and I was
I'm going
like,
to
wow.
give me extra chicken breast.
It's not like just a chicken breast. This is my better chicken
I
breast.
was just about to say that. Mary, when did you start observing Mike's outfits? This is actually
No, today, so
actually strange.
I thought it looked really nice.
Oh.
And then I was wondering why it looked exceptionally nice today. And I realized the shirt, I don't know, it just sits really nice.
I know there's probably something she needs from you.
No,
So
there's
after
nothing.
the show, we'll
Mary,
probably find
if it
out.
was you, Titi, and I'm going to say, what's happening though?
Actually, just like the shirt.
Mary is more upfront.
Are you trying to say I'm not upfront? Wow.
You don't know you.
I don't know.
But seriously, Mike,
Have you met you, Titi?
oh God, seriously, I have a question for you, Mike.
What was the question?
Mike, so there's something I asked on radio, and
Okay.
I've been like, I'm going to ask every man I meet today.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I'm looking forward for my
because of
answer.
the offshoots of the cesarean section
Are
I
you
discussed
sure
on
you-
Saturday,
are you sure?
there was something that was trending earlier in the week where women were saying their lives matter.
Okay.
Okay.
Especially
Women's
when,
lives matter.
yes, women's lives matter in the labor room.
Okay.
Where the choice has to be made between the child and the mother.
Oh.
In such a situation, if you
It's
found yourself.
Not you know. I won't think it. I won't think about it twice. The mother is more. You
more
can't. It's not. It's not. It's not a. I don't get. It's not a 50-50. It's a 101 minus 1.
So the thing
Yes.
is, there
You
were
don't-
some comments.
let's not even-
There
let's
were
not
some comments that were troubling.
Yeah.
And they were leaning towards saving the child.
No.
And it was actually alarming to see.
Like it
You
hurts.
don't know what
It
drives.
hurts in that scenario, but look, I've not yet met the child, and look, this is the love of my life, as it were, as it could be. Another child could come. I've not yet met this child. Look, the 1001.
You know what?
I didn't want to think about
What
it.
frightened me
I didn't want to
yesterday,
think about
just
it.
before the end of my show last
I didn't want
night,
to think about it.
there was a message I read on air, and it was a man saying that he wouldn't even think twice about saving his child, that he's even tired of his wife.
Yeah.
And I was like,
there were comments like
and
that.
you are having a child with
With that
someone
So
who
may
does not
you-
even see you as a
May
human
you
being.
find the right partner for you that actually cares genuinely about
You know,
you.
you're right.
it's-
Someone mentioned House of a Dragon and said due to some circumstances, because someone was looking for an heir, that could make you even want to have a proclivity towards saving the child.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Come on, man. It can be complicated.
May we never have to make such Sophie's choices.
I'm telling you.
Ever.
It's the news once again on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Messikeno. Now, yesterday, the 15th of January, was Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Nigeria, an annual event to remember the nation's servicemen and fallen heroes. We begin from the nation's capital, where President Muhammadu Buhari has laid a wreath to honor officers of the armed forces that have paid the supreme price in the line of duty, defending the sovereignty and unity of Nigeria. The event, celebrated on January 15th every year, also honors veterans of World War I and II, as well as the Nigerian Civil War. State House correspondent, of course, had a report on this one, but we also here give our own shout-outs to them. Nepalese are observing a day of mourning for victims of the country's worst air disaster for 3 decades. It's at least 68 people died when a flight from Kathmandu to the tourist town of Pokhara crashed and caught fire on Sunday morning. Mobile phone footage showed the Yeti Airlines flight rolling sharply as it approached the airport. It is unclear what caused the crash, but Nepal has a tragic history of fatal airline accidents. The search and rescue operation that involved hundreds of Nepalese soldiers was suspended overnight due to darkness, but is due to resume this morning. Most of the 72 passengers and crew died, but there are unconfirmed reports that several people had survived, although critically injured. It was also live streamed the last moment. We condole and commiserate with the families and friends of those, and also the Nepalese government. Well, let's head over to the kitchen. Mary was a little bit too exuberant. She wanted us not to read the news. She was very, I don't know if it's the breast, chicken breast, by the way, that caused it. But Mary, why are you so excited about the rice?
Messikeno Sharo. What is wrong with you this early morning?
No, I was just that was very, very, no strings attached. I just wanted to find out the situation of the chicken breast. That's all.
Your situation cannot be helped. But at this point, we have to get on with the cooking. So welcome again to the kitchen. Chef Rafi B making us breakfast. Now, we've shown you the process of making the roasted chicken, right? We've also shown you the process of speeding up your fried rice when it comes to the cooking process. Now we're going to show you the coleslaw. So let's talk about what we did to achieve this. What ingredients are in there?
Cabbage, carrots, sliced egg. So it depends on your pulse. So this is just combination of carrots and cabbage. Garnish with sliced egg. You may use your cucumber, so it depends on your choice. You may even add up canned green peas, sweet corn, baked beans, and so on and so forth. So it depends on your pulse, like I said. So this is Ijebu and economized veg balance.
Chef Rafi B, you are too loud. You know why I say you are loud? Because the cost of egg now is not economy anything. No.
And it's true.
There used to be a time when to save costs, what do? You just get 1 egg and you just boil it and you're good to go.
Exactly.
You've gotten the nutrients you need. But now that 1 egg, 150.
Yes.
200.
Large egg is 150.
Ha! The cost
Medium
of
is 120.
Of a chick one time.
We don't know. Maybe the chick are using CS to lay egg. We don't understand what is happening in this country. We don't know.
I don't even understand.
We don't even understand.
Because it's ridiculous. It's the truth.
Something that we are producing in our country.
When I remember the first time I bought crate of egg for 1,000, I was like, not knowing that less than 2 months.
Yes.
I was going to buy it for 2,000
medium
naira.
Egg is now 2,000.
Hey.
Large one is 2,600, 2,500. So it depends on the size. So may God have mercy on us.
At this point, we need to take a break. This is a dip, by the way, in case you're wondering what this is doing here. Don't worry, the meal will come together at the end of the show, okay? Right now, though, let's take a break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
Thank you for staying with us. It's our SME segment, and this one is quite an interesting one. I used to have this friend who always wanted to be a cabin crew, personality and all of that, and she did all she could, for a number of years. She was not so much, because most of the time they are tall. She was not so much of a tall person. So I wondered, how would she do this? But you see, after a while, so 2 years or so, we're not in touch. The next time I saw her, she actually became a cabin crew personality, and she, reach for her dreams, and she reached there. So this one is something that you can learn from. We have the CEO of Airport Travels and Tour Limited, a leading and award-winning travel company with a strong presence in Nigeria and overseas. Now we are here with the CEO, Dr. Oludayo Taiwo Gideon. It's great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I like. What are you channeling with the dress now and the badge at your side?
Okay. This looks like a casual mixed with military outfits, sort of.
All right. Wonderful. So let's talk about your business. What exactly do you do?
Okay. Thank you for having me once again. It's a brand. It's a group of companies, and we have Aeroport is a brand that is known for travel-related services, and we have Aeroport Travels and Tours Limited. We have Aeroport College of Aviation and Travel Management. We have Aeroport Logistics. We have Aeroport Autos, among other brands that the company stands for.
How did this all start for you? When did it start? Which was the first one?
Okay, Aeroport started with the travel and tourism.
Okay.
And personally, I've been somebody who loves to consult for other travel companies. So I train for other aviation schools. So aside from the fact that I run a business of travel and tourism, I have other schools bring me on board to train their students, and also I have other travel companies invite me down to train their staffs. So I organize some sort of consultancy along the travel business that I run. So that's what led to the vision of having an established aviation school. And that's what bettered Airport College of Aviation and Travel Management today.
So would you say that this airport was birthed from a necessity or from passion or from the business angle?
Okay, basically it was passion, and then it became a business.
Have you always somebody who was always like traveling? Do you go to different places?
Yes, I'm passionate about going to places and most importantly impacting lives through knowledge sharing and all of that.
Now, what is the most, based on your business model, what is the most important thing for somebody who wants to start a business? Do you have to be passionate about something before you go into it? Or is it just about meeting a need? What for you is the most important thing from your own experience, starting a business and lasting the distance?
Okay, the first part I would like to talk about is the passion. Okay, because the only way you can survive running a business in Nigeria as of now, aside from other things you might put into consideration, is basically the passion. And most importantly, you must be able to solve problems.
I like that. You must be able to solve problems.
Yes, business is all about solving problems. So there are different needs out there. Some are questing for knowledge. Some needed something to put in their belly. Some needed employment opportunities. And that's one of the reasons why I started Airport College of Aviation and Travel Management, because I understand the need for people to get employment. And this is a kind of job that you cannot get except you are qualified and trained to become, irrespective of the sector you want to be in, the travel and tourism industry. Yeah, you must be well groomed and trained before you can perform in such
wow, yeah. Wonderful. Now, with all that has happened, let's talk about you made mention that, of course, solving a problem, but you definitely will go there. It's a challenging business environment, as it is in Nigeria. And, when did you become profitable as a company, or are you profitable as a company?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. When did that happen?
Yeah, that happened about a year after.
A year after you started the business. What were the most striking challenges that you faced getting into profitability and making profits in this particular industry, considering also the effect of COVID-19 on the travel industry? How has it? How have you been able to? What kind of challenges and how have you been able to overcome them?
There are so many challenges if we start to talk about them, but the most important part is the policy making. Policies have not been favorable in terms of having people to be well regulated, because we have so mushroom travel agencies. But all thanks to so many associations and parastatals that have helped curb all of these acts, which is the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, which is the umbrella body for all aviation and travel-related activities in Nigeria, and which boils down to National Association of Nigerian Travel Agencies, where I belong, and I'm an executive member of the association. So you're able to manage people who want to really venture into travels, because many people overnight became travel agencies, and of which they are not trained and they do not even have the rudiments of setting up a travel business. So that aside, there have been other challenges like financing and stuff like that. But albeit, over time, we're able to skate through it because, one, like I said earlier, we are dedicated, and, you know, consistency is also very key for you to be a successful entrepreneur in Nigeria.
How did you overcome the COVID period when everybody, how was it like for you? Okay. And for your business?
For my business, like I said earlier, we have a brand.
Okay.
And it's not only limited to just travel and tourism.
Okay.
Now, during COVID-19, that was what led to the establishment of Airport Express Logistics.
So, okay,
I diversified.
Oh, okay. So it was the lockdown made you even, so that's, it's more or less like the challenges also, the
bringing opportunity, yeah.
For you.
Exactly.
So because of that, you now went into logistics.
Exactly.
And how, because I know that Amazon as a company who are basically doing logistics, the lockdown, they became a much more profitable company.
Yeah.
They became richer. Logistics had to move that period. And you also, you know,
ventured into logistics.
Ventured into it. How did you do that? How did it happen?
There was a total lockdown, but essential commodities are allowed to be transported. Okay? And we do not really need to focus so much on travel then, because when travel is restricted, it is quite expensive because evacuating flights are shuttered. And so people are not allowed to bring, airlines are not allowed to fly. So except for those who are coming back to their residence countries. Okay? So having said that, we then look at, okay, since essential commodities are allowed to be transported, then we need to venture into logistics. And like I said, that was what bettered Airport Express Logistics.
How important is adaptability? Because what you've shown is that adaptability, you were able to adapt in spite of challenges. How important is this for somebody who wants to go into any kind of business? How important is this particular character?
I usually emphasize on the fact that anyone who wants to run any business must be versatile. And most importantly, it must be something you have a knowledge of. Okay, because you cannot venture into any business for the fact of making profit or probably wanting to do anything excessively out of it. But because you understand, okay, there's a market, and then you should understand the fact that once there's a market, there are needs. And then you understand how to penetrate. Because I have been experienced over the years, and I understand where and when to, hit the nail on the head. So I took chances and opportunities, and I took advantage of them, and then I was able to break even.
Wonderful. You really, as a consummate business professional, and I've been able to glean quite a lot. I hope people out there have been able to glean. Moving forward, where are you taking Aeroports to? The next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Is this something that will leave you? What is the plan for Aeroports?
The plan is so huge and so big, even beyond myself. But the fact is, I'm glad, first with Airport Travels, we've been able to solve so many travel problems. And with Airport College, we've been able to groom a lot of people. Airport College started about 7 years ago. Okay. We had our 6th convocation in December 2022. Okay. And today, we have recorded no less than 2,000 travel professionals that has been groomed as a result of the aviation school. And now we're looking at the next 5 years. I think Airport should be an household name. God willing, we should have an airline.
Okay, wonderful.
That's a big
the next 5 years, next 50 years.
50 years, we should have a global office.
100 years, would this outlive you?
I mean, it shouldn't, because like I said, I've raised so many people who are now doing so well for themselves in the aviation
industry. So even
industry.
if you are not there, would Aeroports, can this business say, if the founder, gets to 100 years, moves on and all of that, can this outlive you? Can other people, are you setting up a business that is generational? Let me use that.
Yes, definitely going to be generational, because firstly, for me, my children, I've already started catching them while they're young. And I've also impacted so many people who could take up even after me. So I don't see Airport dying. Okay. It's going to live forever.
Wonderful. I like that. I like that. I like that. All right. Thank you so much. I hope people out there were able to glean some things. You've given us some very important nuggets when it comes to business, and something that people can use in any kind of business, not just only the travel and, of course, training business. Well done. All right, so we have something for you. We have breakfast for you.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you're not fasting. Are you fasting?
No, I'm not.
You're not fasting. Why? I know this general, a lot of people are fasting this period, trying to get set for the year. Yeah. But yeah, we do have something for you in the kitchen, and we have it.
Thank you very much.
Let's go. This way. All right.
Welcome to the kitchen. Today's chef is Chef Rofi B. And you're in luck, because today's breakfast is a mouthful. Fried rice with roasted chicken and coleslaw. We made this from the scratch here in the studio. So we'd like you to dig in and give us your feedback on the dish. Okay?
All right. Have a taste.
So, let's
So when you say roasted, you use the air fryer to roast?
Yes. It was roasted in the air fryer.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what we used here.
This is yummy.
Nice. It's so easy to tell products of boarding house. You guys have natural cooler in your mouth. I was wondering how it was going to take that. I'm like, boarding house students. Yes. I don't know. What about the chicken? Dig in. Let's get your feedback.
Use your knife.
Yeah.
So that makes it easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I
the
like
crunch.
the crunch.
Wow.
It's so crispy.
That's what you get with air fried chicken.
Yes.
Lovely,
yes.
lovely.
Really nice.
Okay.
Okay. So we're just waiting for our guests to give us feedback on that.
Yeah? What do you think?
The smile is enough. It says,
Delicious.
Delicious.
Thank you. Well done. Thank
Yes,
you.
indeed.
It's been a
Thank you
wonderful
so
time on the
much.
show.
It has.
It's Monday. We have a whole week in store for you.
Yes.
We will be back tomorrow.
7 a.m., people.
Bright and early. Bye.